Canada, the UK, Australia, and France have now recognized the State of Palestine. But before I tell you what this actually means, let's note a few things. Like that during a press conference today, Mark Carney once again made the absurd and offensive call for a Zionist Palestine.
As what I've called a Zionist Palestinian state, which is what we want.
Meanwhile, the Israeli delegation was noticeably absent today, and the United States also refused to grant visas to members of the Palestinian delegation, including the Palestinian Authority's Mahmoud Abbas. This violates a 1947 agreement related to the UN headquarters being placed in New York. Because of this, President Abbas had to address the room remotely. Here's a clip from the end of that speech.
And to our patient Palestinian people in their homeland and everywhere, I would like to tell you that the dawn of freedom and liberty is coming.
This recognition of Palestinian statehood is long overdue. But it's a bit absurd that it's not being paired with any other substantive action to end Israel's genocide in Gaza. In fact, as these world leaders are meeting, according to Al Jazeera, Israel killed 37 people in Gaza since dawn today. Despite this, Canada still hasn't closed the loopholes that allow Canadian arms to flow to Israel. And we still haven't sanctioned Israel or Netanyahu. There is so much more we can do here. The recognition of the State of Palestine is an important and overdue step, but it's also the bare minimum. A bare minimum that the Conservative Party is still framing as recognition of the Hamas state, effectively labeling every Palestinian as part of a terror group and implying they can be fairly targeted. That's horrific. But while Carney's government has at least taken the step of recognition, Canada put conditions on this, which is an absurd thing to do when granting a long overdue recognition of the fundamental right to self-determination. These conditions include that the Palestinian Authority lead, albeit with a requirement of reform. And that reform is extremely necessary because the party that dominates the PA, which is President Abbas's party, Fatah, it's viewed by Palestinians as irredeemably corrupt. And I don't know that Western-imposed reforms will fix that. Canada is also demanding that a Palestinian state be demilitarized and that it hold general elections in 2026, which is an absurd notion when you consider how Israel has flattened Gaza. It is embarrassing that we're making this recognition conditional. But hopefully good comes out of this, and this recognition forces us to take more action. Because as the UN Special Rapporteur for the occupied Palestinian territories, Francesca Albanese, wrote, quote, "Recognition increases the obligation to actively respect Palestine's right to non-interference, territorial integrity, self-defense from illegal occupation, and the end of genocide." I truly hope we meet those obligations. What do you think of all this?